You know, a serious setback is frustrating the completion of the work on the multi-billion naira Zungeru Hydroelectric Power Dam in Niger State. The trouble with the facility, which is the fourth of its kind in the state, is the ceaseless attacks by bandits and terrorists who have turned the state into a battleground and driven away the workers. The development affects farming and displacement of natives from the homesteads. Niger State is not known as the power state for nothing. It hosts the Shiroro, Jeba, and Kainji dams as well. Okay, the time for us sustained onslaught against the bandits, I dare say, is now, Jide.
Yeah, and I saw a story where the Chinese contractor was complaining that the fact that the work has been forced to be extended has cost him more than $20 million. He's lost more than $20 million. The unfortunate reality is that Zungeru dam is surrounded by communities where bandits are holding sway. Communities like Rafi local government, for example, where those students were kidnapped. That the JSS Kagara, Rafi local government, Shiroro, the communities around the dam site are at this time suffering from constant attacks by bandits. So the bandits have now taken their notoriety to the dam site where they kidnap workers. They also kidnap residents of the town itself. So the frequency of those attacks have disturbed, if I can use that word, has slowed down the execution of the contractor's mandate to deliver that 700 megawatts hydro plant to Nigeria. I heard
that some German workers were also killed in the process.
Yes, that one happened the other day when Nigerian soldiers were ambushed as they were heading towards the place, and some of them were killed. That Niger State itself is looking like the capital of banditry in our country. When Boko Haram decided to move out of the northeast, it was to Niger that they first went. Why? Because in Bogu local government, we have the national park.
Okay.
It's called the Kainji Lake National Park. Bogu is the biggest local government in Nigeria at more than 10,000 square kilometers. It's bigger than some states. Just one local government. Bigger than many states in the south. Now, those boys have found refuge inside the national park that we have mismanaged over the years. We've mismanaged a lot of our forest reserves. Now bandits have found in those forest reserves where they can continue to hibernate and launch attacks on our people. There are no less than 9 local governments in Niger State, where bandits are terrorizing our people, including this Kagara that I spoke about earlier. So, that is also close to Kontagora, and Kontagora is also experiencing constant attacks. So it's unfortunate that the location of the dam makes it normal that the workers there will come under attack, because the whole area is surrounded by communities that are already infested by banditry.
Even about these, we are talking about enemies of the state, So obviously, it is time to call the bluff, if you ask me.
It is. Long overdue, as a matter of fact. You see, I'm looking at the government at this time. Now, you have Niger State has, has the capacity to attract a lot of tourists. If the government have been very deliberate and they develop tourist activities within that state. That is on one side. Then it's a state where you have Shiroro, you have Jeba, you have Kanja and all that. And then Zungeru is coming up. And we are not new to the activities of terrorists. So what stopped the government from, beefing up security within that axis?
Yeah.
Because even the Mina, Zungeru, and the Kutangura Road is notorious.
For the acts
Kidnapping,
of vandalism.
yes.
Yeah.
So for so many reasons, the government should have been proactive enough to provide high-level security. Because I remember there was even something similar that happened in Borno State. I think it was 2018 or thereabout. It was said that they found oil or something there, and some professors from Ahmadu universities were going to visit there, and they were kidnapped. They were eventually released, but then we know the activities of these bandits and terrorists. What are we doing? I am aware that the government is doing a lot, but we can do more.
Yeah.
We can do more to secure our facilities.
Jide, we're living in very interesting times. Very, very interesting times. In a country where we hardly can boast of 4,000 to 5,000 megawatts of power, a dam like this, which should have boosted electricity, is coming under attack.
Yes.
And we seem to be helpless.
There's no reason for us to be helpless. If we have the right strategy, we can deal with these people. But it's unfortunate that we are looking like we are at their mercy. How do people, you see, even those Niger communities, when you mention their names, you remember some of the greatest generals to pass through the army in our country. General Wushishi, you remember him? He was chief of army staff during the Shagari era. That is his local government.
Recall that the late Zik of Africa was born there.
Yes,
Zungeru.
was born in Zungeru, yes.
Yeah.
That's the local government of General Wushishi. We have General Gadonasco. Gadonasco's local government is literally overrun by bandits.
Oh, dear.
So I don't know how long it's going to take. I was doing my research, and 9 local governments in Niger State. You know, the governor too has been complaining, has been begging that the federal government should help him because they've taken over their communities. In Shiroro local government, Munya, that's Erikin Power. Munya is close to the border with Kebbi. In fact, the people who kidnapped those federal government college students in Kebbi, they came from Niger at the border with Kebbi. We have Wushishi local government, Rafi, that's Kagara, then Kontagora local government, Rijau. We have, Rijau is the one that's close to Kebbi. Then Meriga, Magama, that's the local government of General Nasco. Then Bogu local government, the big local government. We've got to defeat banditry. And we can't defeat banditry if we don't take a good look at Niger, because from that Niger, the forests link the states of the Northwest. So they can move from Niger, go right up to Kebbi State, at the other end. So we've got to deal decisively with these people. Otherwise, we won't have peace.
All right, then. Our hearts go undoubtedly to the folks in Niger State. Let's go back. We stay in Niger State.
Niger.
And of course, the trouble there is that bandits have affected the job on the Zungeru Power Dam. Ibn Abo, so we have no choice, as I said, go after these people, because it's the only way to make this statement. Not to say bandits can finish can win the war. They can't win the war as we speak. But we know where they are, where they hibernate. How about going for a kill? That's not asking for too much.
That is what we are saying. You have to be intentional and be deliberate. We pay too much lip service to acting upon a situation rather than going ahead and acting, taking care of it outrightly. You know this forest. We have the technology. Why does it seem so difficult to defeat them? I know that, yes, these bandits, these terrorists, they have top-notch, ammunition and all that.
Yeah.
But the government can defeat them. So what is holding back the government is a question here. Because Nigerian military generally, they are super. When they leave the country to take care of other issues outside of Nigeria, they do fantastic. So why can't they replicate it in Nigeria? There is something that is holding them back. What is it?
I'm wondering. Jide, just as we were talking about theft of our crude by choice, because we allow it. I hear that Tompola has been given some assignment to keep
police.
these guys at bay.
Yes, I saw the story too. These days, we don't know which story to believe. You read a story that seems so convincing. After some time, you'll be told that it's actually fake news. This is the season. There are people who are so talented at sitting down and concocting
Alternative facts.
Fiction. Fictional writers. They will write it and it will seem so convincing. So, but even if Tompolo is being given this job now, I still believe that it's better than doing nothing.
Yeah.
It's better than doing nothing. And amongst the militants is clearly the most equipped.
I hear is the world
the
away
one
from
with
the others.
the one that has the capacity that others don't have. Because when they were fighting the Nigerian state, even deep in the high seas, they were going there to sabotage us as a nation. So they understand that whole area. Now, if we are taking steps at this time to say, help us to stop the theft of our crude oil, it will help us to increase our output. Because the fact that we cannot go beyond 1.2 million barrels a day is hurting us economically. We are not making as much money as we ordinarily would have made if we were able to meet our quota, for example.
Even the same way we are talking about the trouble at Zungeru, people who live around the area, the surrounding areas, have their farming interrupted and a way of life dismantled.
It's unfortunate. A lot of, you see, it's like a very dangerous vicious circle. Now, people are not able to go to the farm. What does that tell us? Hunger. When people are hungry, they become desperate. When they are desperate, they become easy prey to other criminal elements to conscript into their whatever they have. So at the end of the day, there is need, honestly, the government should rise up to their responsibility and sort these things out. It's no rocket science. We can do it. I have that strong belief.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Peradventure, the story surrounding Tompolo is true.
Yeah.
I mean, if it needs you to bring on board such persons,
why not?
Go ahead. The bottom line is let
get
us
results.
Exactly.
I hear Abraham is reaching us from Hamburg. Abraham, good evening to you.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Welcome.
Good evening.
Good
evening,
Abraham.
And let me start by that of the oil theft. The something is this, like we say, it takes two to tango. It takes two to tango. Do you know how long it takes to load a super tanker like that? We call it VLCC, very large crude oil vessel. It takes almost days to fill such a vessel before going out to the sea. So you mean we don't have the Navy, the security forces? So like I said, it takes two to tango, and without the help of those, either in government or at the terminal, such a theft cannot take place.
All right. Thank you, Abraham. So a word, they say, is enough for the wise. Okay, to our last story for the evening. You know, the late German general, Edwin Rommel, said, quote, "Don't fight a battle if you don't gain anything winning," end quote. This, I'm sure, connotes a fight to the finish. President Muhammadu Buhari on Thursday issued fresh orders to the military to take the fight against terrorists to their hideouts and ensure they are completely eliminated. The commander-in-chief urged the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development and its related agencies to come up with specific programs to address the urgent threats being posed in the northeast region of the country. Now, coming on the occasion of the World Humanitarian Day, Ibn Abo, the die we believe is cast. Again.
I just hope this time around we will get the desired result, because honestly, there is need to demystify the air around the issue of insecurity. It's like there is something very mysterious about it and you don't just get it. But I believe, I'll keep saying this. I hope that at this time, from what Mr. President has said, I hope he's going to sit and follow through. You know, there are times that some orders will be given, and at the end of the day, it's like it was never given. So I hope that we are going to re-engineer our security system and do the needful so that we can have some, respite from this high level of insecurity.